Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the surprisingly humble origins of the programming language that literally powers the modern world behind the scenes. Whether you're building out cloud infrastructure, training massive AI models, or securing networks, Python is the undeniable backbone of it all. So let's dive right into the fascinating history of how it actually got there.
Okay, let's quickly look at our roadmap for today. We'll kick things off with Meet Python, then look back at the origins of the snake, track evolving the language, examine exactly why Python dominates today, and finally, wrap up with the Zen and the future.
All right, starting right up with Section 1, Meet Python.
Now, you probably know the standard textbook definition, right? Python is a high-level, interpreted, object-oriented, general-purpose language. But honestly, the real magic here lies in its core design philosophy. It prioritizes easy readability and incredibly fast development. By stripping away all that unnecessary clutter and relying on a super simple syntax, it lets developers write way less code to accomplish far, far more. It's a real game changer.
And because of that, Python isn't just some niche tool you use once in a while. It's the absolute foundation of almost every major technological leap happening today. I mean, think about it. From training complex neural networks in artificial intelligence to automating massive cloud computing deployments, right down to cybersecurity and data science. If a technology is shaping our world right now, Python is almost certainly the engine under the hood.
Moving on to Section 2, Origins of the Snake. To truly appreciate what Python brings to the table, we kind of have to ask ourselves, why did we even need a new language in the first place? Well, picture this. Back in the 1980s, developers were spending far too much time wrestling with really complicated syntax instead of actually solving the real-world problems right in front of them. The tools themselves were literally becoming the bottleneck.
Enter Dutch programmer Guido van Rossum. He really wanted to rescue developers from this exact headache. While working at the CWI Research Institute over in the Netherlands, he envisioned a language that was powerful enough for heavy-duty, real-world applications, but fundamentally simple to use. So he took the best elements from an older language called ABC and created something entirely new. His absolute core focus: simplicity, productivity, and readability.
Oh, and here's a fun fact, completely breaking from tech traditions. Guido wanted a unique, slightly mysterious name for this new project. And despite the logo we all know, the language has absolutely zero to do with reptiles. He was just a massive fan of the British comedy show Monty Python's Flying Circus. So he chose a name that captured attention without sounding, too stiff or corporate.
Let's jump into Section 3, Evolving the Language.
It's honestly fascinating to watch how a language born way back in 1991 has continuously adapted to wildly shifting technological demands. We can track this right from its version 0.9.0 launch up through version 1.0 in 1994, crossing into the new millennium with version 2.0, and finally executing a massive architectural shift with version 3.0 in 2008.
And even in its absolute infancy, Python packed a serious punch. Version 0.9.0 shipped with classes and exception handling, which was remarkably advanced for 1991. Then version 1.0 brought in robust functional tools like Lambda, Map, and Filter. By the time version 2.0 dropped in the year 2000, introducing vital memory management upgrades like garbage collection and Unicode support, the language had truly caught fire on a global scale.
But as we know, popularity doesn't always equal perfection. As developers started noticing structural flaws in Python 2, Guido and the community made a really bold choice. They released Python 3.0. This was a necessary, rip-the-band-aid-off kind of redesign to fix legacy limitations, even though it notoriously broke backward compatibility. The most famous example of this, the print statement. Standardizing it into a proper function that actually requires parentheses was a seemingly small visual tweak, but it represented a massive leap forward in code consistency.
Now, underneath all that elegant syntax, Python is very much standing on the shoulders of giants. Its default implementation, CPython, is primarily built using the C programming language and heavily influenced by tools like Modula 3, Perl, and Unix Shell.
This is a crucial detail, really, because it allows Python to seamlessly interface with high-performance C libraries. It's an elegant fusion of top-tier human readability and hardcore low-level execution power.
All right, heading into Section 4, why Python dominates today.
Because it strikes that incredibly rare balance of being highly readable yet remarkably robust. Titans of the industry, we're talking Google, Netflix, Instagram, Spotify, Dropbox, they all rely on it extensively. These companies are handling staggering amounts of data and massive global user bases every single second, and they absolutely trust Python to keep their complex back-end architectures running efficiently.
And well beyond just corporate back-end, Python is the undisputed driver of modern innovation. Cutting-edge systems like ChatGPT, sprawling cloud platforms, and massive data analytics pipelines are all deeply integrated with Python's robust libraries. It is quite literally the engine room of the entire 21st century tech landscape.
And finally, Section 5, the Zen and the future.
Simple is better than complex. This core tenet from the Zen of Python perfectly encapsulates why the language continues to absolutely skyrocket in demand. It serves as this constant, grounding reminder that as our technological goals, like generative AI and global cloud computing, get more and more complicated, the tools we use to build them must remain accessible, maintainable, and above all, clean.
As Python's dominance continues to grow across automation, data science, and AI, its foundation of simplicity undeniably remains its greatest strength. But it does leave us with a pretty fascinating question to ponder. As AI systems become increasingly capable of writing their own incredibly complex code, will Python's human-readable simplicity be enough to keep it on the throne, or will we eventually see a totally new language take the crown? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning and keep exploring.
Subscribe to Kinetic Prompt for more quality tech content.